I don't know why it's so slow, but we'll carry on anyway. Right. I really don't know what's gone wrong with my computer, but we'll carry on with the intended video. Okay. I just wanted to let you know that I have now some criteria for hero syndrome that I found on the net. Okay, so this is the criteria for hero syndrome. It is a bit distracting watching myself kind of in slow motion mouthing back at me, but never mind, we will continue. Okay, so this is the criteria. Are you suffering from hero syndrome? Right, this is the criteria. 1. I'm often the one on whom people depend in a pinch. 2. I'm someone whom several people trust with private information. 3. I'm often overwhelmed by the obligations I have to meet because of promises I've made to others. 4. It's important for me to feel needed. 5. I get great satisfaction from knowing that I can solve a specific problem. 6. It's hard for me to delegate tasks. 7. I have several friends or colleagues who only call me when they need something. 8. I don't know where, yeah. I usually volunteer for a task or project. 9. It's difficult for me to receive praise even when I deserve it. 10. I want to feel calm and in control more often. 11. It's hard for me to end each day with a sense of accomplishment because there's always so much more to do. 12. I'm the first one to begin my day at work or at home and the last one to call it quits. 13. I catch myself complaining about the same problems over and over again. 14. I often count on adrenaline to get through the day. 15. I'm not compensated with money, rewards, or recognition for the extra things I take on. Okay. So it may not be that you have to have all of those things going on at once to be pronounced as having hero syndrome, but I think that is, you know, a broad measure of things. I mean, nobody's got back to me yet about whether hero syndrome is in the DSM or not. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but anyway. So I did say that I'd go on to talk about the difference or potential difference between creating and perceiving a situation that needs to be rectified, or that is dangerous in some way, and that means that you have to try and step in to kind of resolve the situation. I can't resolve that question myself at the moment, but I am going to either clear the waters, or muddy the waters by bringing in neuro-linguistic programming and their motto that the map is not the territory. I mean, I did say in something on my blog at Mind Angles that the territory is not necessarily the terrain either. But I do want to just bring in that because, well, I spoke to my mother this morning, and I had to end up saying to her, look, I've had an input of experiences and facts and information that is possibly different from what she's had. So my perception, or my map in my mind of what is going on, is very different from how her map is, and what she thinks is going on. But that does not mean that she has the right to absolutely slate and poo-poo my map and say my map is no good, absolutely of no value whatsoever, and to completely try and erase my mental view of the world, or my negotiation with my own mental view of the world, and my view of what's going on. Now, I will relate this back to a situation I had where I was actually taking part in a psychology class at the university, and what happened is me and another woman were given something to read and then had to respond to some questions and discuss the answers. So we were both given something to read before we had to discuss the answers. Then when it came to discussing the answers, I found that I knew what they were really straightforwardly. Like I was really coming out with the answers really well. And she was a bit more hesitant, and I thought, well, what is going on here? And then I asked her what her initial piece of paper had said, and she told me that it had given her, she sort of showed me it, and then I could have just sort of kept this back to myself and carried on being the one in charge and the one that was sort of seeming to do well at the questions. But I had to admit to her the piece of paper I had been given was completely different to what she had been given, and it completely swayed me and put me in at advantage in the situation of knowing the answers. Okay, well, I'll leave it for today. I'm still waiting for some psychologists or psychiatrists or other people to get back to me about the DSM and whether the hero syndrome is included in it. So I'll see you for now. Okay, bye. My computer won't turn off. I'll just have to try some other way of stopping this.